Invented a super rifle. Its power defies logic. With a light press of the switch, a distant concrete wall blew open. Everyone rushed over and realized it didn't just pierce the wall, it tore through the building behind it too. I tested burst mode next, pressed the switch, and the entire abandoned factory collapsed. I grabbed my camera and recorded everything. Later, I gave the footage to a friend, asked him to find a buyer willing to pay big. He didn't disappoint. He set up a meeting with the head of weapons development. When they saw the video, no one believed a toy-like gun could cause such destruction. They asked me to demonstrate it in person at the testing ground. I agreed, and this time I brought the improved version. A few days later, I showed up at the test site with Gen 2. I assembled it fast, locked onto an old tank in the distance, looked through the scope, and pressed the switch. In the next second, thick steel ripped apart. The tank crumbled. Everyone stood frozen. No one could believe this small thing had that kind of power. The director asked me how it worked. I refused to explain, but offered the tech for a price. He agreed to a deal. Soon, the project manager brought in a cameraman to record the whole process for their higher-ups. This time was enhanced mode. They wanted to know the gun's limits. On his command, I pulled the trigger. The target exploded on impact. The shockwave sent everyone flying back. Luckily, they were behind cover. No serious injuries. As I spoke to the director, a bullet suddenly flew past. Chaos erupted. I grabbed him and dove behind cover. I looked up, movement in the trees. I reloaded fast, switched to infrared, and fired a burst. The forest turned to rubble. When I got home, the house was empty. My wife and kid were gone. A note was left behind. They wanted the rifle and the tech files in exchange for their lives. I had no choice. At the exchange, I saw the man in charge. He worked for the director. Right then, I understood. The deal was a trap. They never planned to let me live. They just wanted the weapon. I shielded my family, then headed alone to a nearby tower. I had it all planned. There was a tracker inside the gun. What I brought wasn't the latest version. It was the prototype, redesigned to look like a toy. No one noticed it in the crowd. I set up my gear, watched the car pull in, and without hesitation, I hit the switch.